So we're going to get a little bit of structure on this. So the questions I want you to think about now: why is a name important, like of a county? Hardin County, Meade County, Gallatin County, Magaffin County, Jackson County. Why would you want to name yourself after a sick, genocidal piece of shit? And if you are carrying the legacy of a sick, genocidal, fucking low-life piece of shit, pawn scum, authoritarian, autocratic, fascist, totalitarian, shitbag, should you change it? Should you question, maybe, you know, honoring a good person? Maybe Rosa Parks, you know, the Parks County, for any badly named. The Waterston Express. Louisville's got the Waterston Expressway. Henry Waterston's a fucking Ku Klux Klaner who like murdered a shit ton of motherfuckers in Fort Pillow. Bloody psycho. Why is history important? What should we do for the crimes of our ancestors? Should we honor Tecumseh and the Shawnee people by telling their stories and talking about them, or should we keep it on the down low, a little hush-hush? Who died at the Battle of Frenchtown? What is the Battle of Frenchtown? Who gives a shit? Why the fuck is the Battle of Frenchtown even mentioned? Why is that even a thing? Who died at the Battle of Thames? How long did the War of 1812 last? Who killed Tecumseh? Where was Tecumseh born? So those are the questions I want you to think about. I'm gonna try to answer them all actually. By the end. So all right, let's roll on highway. So there's I did actually a Hitler thing before, and I had not mentioned that IBM was integral was very important in Nazi Germany. So your old ThinkPad runs on the blood, Nazi gold, little nub thing in the middle of the keyboard. Stupid, says the Brad Pitt. He wants to make a movie where he kind of explodes about how IBM helps the Nazis exterminate millions of Jews. According to Black's book, some guy. Beginning in 1933, IBM formed an alliance with the Third Reich using punch cards to help the Nazis sort through the German census information and most efficiently figure out who is Jewish and who, you know, and how they need to be dealt with, right? The Holocaust, aka the Holocaust. So that's IBM. That's what Brad Pitt's coming up. So there was, you know, 3 companies. There was Fanta that came out of Nazi Germany. There's Prescott Bush. He had some financial dealings with Nazi Germany. You had Hugo Boss, and then you got IBM. So you got lots of American companies that's involved with the financing of the rise of Nazi Germany. So everybody wants to make money, right? Hugo Boss wanted to sell some uniforms and shit, and that's what he did. And I closed out of it. So I'm going on basically with the origins of the names, and I'm going to go do an extensive version of what happened with Colonel John J. Hardin, what happened with Mr. Meade, and what happened with Henry Knox, who these people are, and a little bit about the counties that I'm at. A little bit actually about Meade County. So Muldrow is actually mostly in Meade County. I couldn't get a library card in Hardin County. As a branch, they wouldn't let me get a library card there. You had to pay $25. So Meade County is named after Captain James M. Meade. He died at the Battle of River Raisin, also known as the Battle of Frenchtown. The capital is Brandenburg. The population of Meade County is 29,000. There's the Matthew E. Welsh Bridge that connects to Indiana. Meade County Bank resembles the U.S. Gold Bullion Depository, which is in Fort Knox. In the 1950s, the population doubled. I'm probably thinking that's when Fort Knox, you know, that's also when Hardin County doubled in the 40s and 50s. Meade County is actually more lily white at 92% white compared to 81% white in Hardin County. 4% black, 2% Latino, and 0% Native American. So Meade County is pretty fucking white. It's on the river. I wouldn't suspect that. I would think it would be kind of the opposite. But maybe Fort Knox, the military jobs, is an equal opportunity employer. So and they've been integrated since the 50s. So Captain James M. Meade dies at the Battle of Frenchtown. This was the battles of Frenchtown. The first battle happens January 18th, and then the next 5 days later, the second battle happens. So really just two main battles is in the Battle of Frenchtown. It's in Michigan. It's in near present day some city in Michigan. Not some city. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to tell you later. I'm just giving a little bit of and then they fought the Battle of Frenchtown. The Roundhead and Walk in the Water. These are the two Indian leaders, the war chiefs that was in charge that they fought against. So Roundhead, you had Chief Roundhead, and then Chief Walk in the Water. 600 Kentuckians were versus 100 French militia, or with French, I'm not sure. But this is War of 1812, so this is Meade County in the War of 1812. We're still killing Indians. This is against, I think, the British and Indians. It's the Kentuckians, mostly a Kentucky-American battle. And it was a massacre. A lot, like 400 Americans wound up dying. And it wasn't a massacre. They invaded them, and then they got killed later on, and then they had a bunch of prisoners of war that they just fucking killed because they didn't want to, carry them with them. And so they just killed a whole shit ton. People after they had killed a whole shit ton of them first. So that's what Captain James Meade, he goes up to fucking Frenchtown, invades them, sits there for 5 days, and then he's the first guy to get shot. He was just in a bad position, so he doesn't even die like heroically. He's just like eating a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then you get shot through the head. So that's a little bit about Meade County. So, okay, IBM, they was part of Nazi Germany. IBM helped, make it efficient. Orson, this is for the future generations, right? Out of my extensive and vast American education is Spalding University, University of Louisville, Xavier University, Gouth County. Schools, kindergarten, CMZ, there's a school in Florida. There's only been one value, and that's the main value, and that's the only thing that they give a shit about. Submission, obedience, compliance. The students learn that truth comes from authority. Intelligence is the ability to remember and repeat. Accurate memory and repetition is rewarded. Non-compliance is punished. And to conform intellectually and socially. In fact, you're given some sort of diagnosis if you don't like conformity. Sometimes bitch-ass slaves only respect a fascist, and therefore some people need a fascist in order to oppose the violence that's put on them. So for self-defense, you also have, violence can be defined in lots of different ways, but self-defense is always intelligence. Against Derek Bonds, Curtis Stewart, any of these fuckers, so the American education system, it's still going with the old-time traditional authoritarian, autocratic, totalitarian, fascist, Prussian, American bullshit education. Schooling's interfering with education. It's not real. It's fascism. It's autocratic, authoritarian, totalitarian. Education, define all those terms. We can define every one of those terms, and we will see that it's right. So, what's a fascist, okay? Basically, it's a bully. A fascist is a bully. That's Hitler believed the strong would inherit, so the people who's like push and do this and do that, those are the motherfuckers that succeed and do well in this world. So, let's see, I'll go with Merriam-Webster online, so we have a workable definition. So Merriam-Webster says that fascism is a way of organizing a society in which a government ruled by a dictator controls the lives of the people, in which people are not allowed to agree with the government. Very harsh control or authority. So fascism. There's clear fascism in the American education system. There is, there's two other full definitions of them. So we'll check out both of these full definitions. But fascism, according to Merriam-Webster, right? So with fascism, we see that the very harsh control or authority. Very harsh control or authority. Do as I say. You're in my class. Do as I say. I swear to God, I'll fuck up your life. So Julie Chancellor, she's a fascist in Valley High. So it's a way of organizing a society in which a government ruled by a dictator. She's a dictator. One person controls. If you don't do as I say, I will get security in here and violence will be used to drag you out of class. You'll be embarrassed, public humiliation, ha ha ha. So dictator controls the lives of the people. Do as I say. Put your head up. Get your pencils out. Do this. Do that. Because it's totalitarian. Totalitarian is total control, including your mind. That's what they do when they're spoken word. So everybody do as I say. Now everybody listen to my spoken word. Totalitarian. They want to get into your fucking brain. So a way of organizing a society is a government ruled by a dictator. That's the teacher, controls the lives of the people, the students, in which people are not allowed to disagree with the government. You can't even fucking disagree. You fucking disagree with Julie Chancellor, she will fuck up your life. They've been writing a fucking document. They're not going to liberate your child. They will only fuck your child's life up if he doesn't conform like a little bitch, like a big bitch ass fucking, you know, bitch, like a bitch ass nigger slave, like a fucking. There's oppressed. And there's the oppressors. The oppressors are the fucking Nazi, fascist, fucking authoritarian, autocratic, fucking just losers, just motherfuckers, the masses, right? People who are lazy and can't do anything for themselves and have to tell the slaves what to do. And they think that, you know, essentially you don't do as the master does, but you're supposed to do as they tell you to do. Because if you did as the master does, that means you would be a fucking shitty asshole directing and giving everybody orders. Do this, do that. If you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck your life up. That's what the oppressors act like. And so if you're the oppressed and you're not acting that way, then you're going to get ran over. In fact, bullies actually succeed in school. The people that don't succeed are the ones that believed all the fucking horse shit, right? Do as I fucking say. Well, that's 1806 Prussia. But don't talk about Prussia because you a fucking wasp. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. And white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, their white women didn't do shit. So the Germans and the Irish came over here, and the German women were working with the German men out in the field because they believed in, you know, cosmopolitan equality, egalitarianism, but that's not what the fucking WASP believed in. They believed that they were fucking Victorians. They were, you know, how great thou art. They put on a pedestal. They don't have to do shit. Fucking handle your man. So that's you know, and that's what the whites, you know, when they first came here, that's what they prided themselves on. At least we treat our women better. But the Indians, the women would actually work out in the field, and so it was like, why are you doing women's work? Because they was like tending to the fucking plants and shit instead of actually hunting. Because hunting was men's work, you know, because you had to have, you know, strong fitness and be able to chase the animal down. But to tend to a plant, that, you know, so it was actually switched for them. So fascism, it's often capitalized a political philosophy, movement, or regime as that of a fascist that exalts nation and often race above the individual, that stands for a centralized autocratic government. Autocratic is one person headed by a dictatorial leader. Severe economic and social regimentation. Nobody has any money. Money wouldn't even fucking matter anyway. Social regimentation. Do as the fuck as I say. Forcible suppression of opposition. You can't. I just disagree with Julie Chancellor, and she's trying to fuck up my entire life. So to say opposition, you can't even disagree with them. So to be opposed to them, my God, that would probably be instant, immediate fucking death. A tendency towards or actual exercise of strong autocratic or dictatorial control. So fascism, you can see easily how fascism could get out of control. Meade County, since I did start on Meade County, there's the Meade County Messenger here, and here's the recent paper. And it talks about marathon burglary. There's a guy with a pry bar. He's actually, I'm impressed by this guy. He's stealing from a major corporation. It could probably hit anybody else. He's like in a gray hoodie and has a pry bar and cuts the fucking, you know, the alarm system and everything else and breaks into it. I gotta get to the answers to the question. So more about that Meade County coming up. And okay, so the names are very important. So Hardin County should not be called Hardin County. Let's call it Tecumseh County, and let's call Meade County Puck-Shinwa County. So this is the county of Puck-Shinwa. The father of Tecumseh was born here in Kentucky. History is important for many reasons, so we don't repeat it. But also so that the anger remains against hypocrisy, lies, bullshit, superstition, tyranny. The crime against our ancestors, of course, we should honor the Tecumseh and the Shawnee people, Yuchi, anybody that lived on this ground beforehand. The best thing we can do is bring their lives back up through conversation to the earth. The natives believe if you spoke their name and they're still alive. Battle of Thames, Tecumseh died at the Battle of Thames. Who died at the Battle of Frenchtown? That was James Meade, James M. Meade, and James M. Meade is the namesake for Meade County. So he died at the Battle of Frenchtown. Who killed Tecumseh? Nobody actually knows, but possibly a Kentuckian. Tecumseh means panther in the sky. Where is Tecumseh born? Nobody knows, but possibly Kentucky. And the War of 1812 lasted for 3 years.